Good afternoon, everyone. I'm a service user governor, and in October 2019, I was very privileged to be elected as lead governor for my fellow governors. I've been a governor for the Trust for 7 years now, and before my election as a service user governor in 2019, I was a carer governor. During this time, I visited services within the Trust and represented the public in a number of meetings and events. So it's my job today to tell you about the work of the governors. The governors are all members of the Trust and all volunteer their time to be governors. The service user and carer, public and staff governors are all elected from the membership of the Trust. We also have some governors appointed by organisations who work most closely with the Trust to deliver care for people with mental health and/or learning disability needs. Governors have two main duties. One is to represent the membership and the wider public. The other is to hold the board of directors to account for the performance of the Trust, and that's via our non-exec directors. We ensure we carry out the two duties I've just mentioned. Governors attend a Council of Governors meeting where those duties form the most important parts of the agenda. As well as doing this, the governors give their views to the Trust to ensure that needs of the public are included in the Trust's strategic plans. We are given the opportunity to read and to comment on the Trust's annual report and accounts so that we can understand where the Trust is doing well and challenge any areas of underperformance. Quality is an important part of what the Trust does, and as governors, we agree the Trust priorities and review the annual quality report. As a Council of Governors, it is our responsibility toward the contract for the external auditors. A moment ago, I mentioned that one of our Council of Governors' responsibilities is to represent its members. Anyone can be a member of the Trust, and joining is easy. People just need to complete a simple application form. From those of you who are members, thank you. And for those who aren't, please sign up today by contacting Sam Swindell, who is our Governor and Membership Officer. It's easy to do, and details of how you can do this can be found on the Trust website, www.lpft.nhs.uk. On the 31st of March 2020, there were 9,766 members, and we continue to recruit new members. Go on, let's get us to 10,000. You can do it. Please do ask your family and friends to join as members of the Trust. We'd welcome you. We meet on our members as many different places and provide information to them in both written and electronic format. This year we have engaged with members by holding today's public meeting, albeit under very different circumstances, by holding all of our council meetings in public and publishing all of our agendas, meeting papers and minutes. Generally, our meetings are recorded, which enable anyone to view via the website. We produce a printed Better Together magazine twice a year, and between times produce an electronic version of the magazine. Both are always available via the website. As governors, we visit services and meet service users in a variety of settings, including public events and a range of groups and committees that are run by LPFT and other organisations. As governors, we want to hear about your innovations and ideas that members of the Trust and the general public can give us to help us to contribute to the Trust's future plans and to make services better in a co-produced approach of inclusion. The feedback you give us enables us as governors to influence key decision makers, both within the Trust and in the wider health and social care organisations in Lincolnshire. Sometimes, where issues relate to individuals, we are able to direct concerns to the appropriate service and help produce immediate improvements. You have heard from directors about the Trust's quality and financial performance. As a Council of Governors, we regularly receive reports through a variety of routes, and we hold the board to account, as I mentioned earlier, via the non-exec directors, who provide assurance reports to every Council of Governor meeting. Governors have the opportunity to directly contribute to the Trust's agreed quality targets and are particularly keen to review the Trust's progress against the Care Quality Commissioner's outcomes. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of myself and my fellow governors for joining us today and supporting the continued work of the Trust. I hope this time next year we will be able to meet again in person. I'm now going to hand you over to Peter Howie, our Trust Secretary, who will provide you with the facts and figures around our membership and the requirements of the Constitution. Thank you and enjoy your day.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Howie, I'm the Trust Secretary. As part of the statutory duties at the members' meeting, I'm required to inform you of changes to the Constitution that have occurred over the last year. In the last year, there have been 3 specific changes, one of which is to extend our surrounding areas class to a Rest of England class. That allows members from all over the country now to be members of the Trust. We've done this because of the changes to the services we provide, being much wider across the country now, and the influences we have over services in other parts of the country. The Council of Governors approved this change in January this year. Also in January this year, the Council of Governors noted that there would be changes to the Lincolnshire Clinical Commissioning groups into one clinical commissioning group. The Constitution has therefore been changed to reflect that, and that the one representative will be from Lincolnshire Clinical Commissioning Group, as opposed to one representative formally representing 4 groups. Later on in the year, in July, the Council of Governors and the Board of Directors reviewed the disqualification criteria for staff governors. And one of the additions that was placed was any member of staff currently subject to a live disciplinary sanction would not be eligible to be elected as a staff governor. The Constitution itself will be reviewed again during the current year. Therefore, just to confirm the current constituencies and the classes within the constituencies, the main constituencies themselves have not changed. The only specific change is, as previously mentioned, that the former surrounding areas class within the constituency is now the Rest of England class. Our membership numbers have changed slightly since the previous year. You will see there are changes that have occurred across each of the different constituencies, and the current membership numbers are at 9,766 as at March 2020. As well as the overall numbers, we are required to have a representative membership. All of the areas of our membership are representative, with the exception of the gender split, where 25% above the normal representation level are female. Female membership within any membership organisation is known to be higher, and there is no particular action that we've taken that would have created this to happen. Do need to report on the elections that were held in 2019-20. The elections in 2019-20 were service user and governor elections. Service user and carer governor elections. These were held and the governors took up their seats for 3 years from the 1st of October 2019. Elections were held for one of the specialist services seats and public surrounding area, the public city of Lincoln and West Lindsey. These were all by-elections that were held in attempt to fill vacant seats. One seat remained unfilled, which was the West Lindsey seat. We have now commenced the elections for our staff governors, and the elections for our staff governors for 2021 being held now, and we will be announcing later in the meeting the successful candidates who will take up their seats from the 1st of October 2020. We will also be completing by-elections this year for vacant seats, which are public seats in the Borough of Boston and West Lindsey, who will also take up the seats from the 1st of October. And I'll give you the opportunity to ask any questions in relation to the membership of the Trust.